Hey booktubers, today is an awesome day in my world because something happened that has not happened in a really long time. I finished a book. Technically, yes, it's considered a short story, but at this point, I will take anything I can get because it has, no lie and no exaggeration, been a good 4 or 5 months since I've actually finished anything. With the exception of this little tiny book that I read on the plane right out to California, which doesn't really count because I didn't really like it and I didn't have anything else to do. So, anyway, um, first of all, let me just say that I hope the glare isn't too bad. I'm filming this out on the back deck because it's just so gorgeous out and this is my favorite place to be right now. So, hopefully it's not too bad. But anyway, I am here today to talk about The Day the Dead Came to Show and Tell by Mira Grant. And at the bottom of this page, hopefully you can see it, it says that it is a Newsflesh novella. Anyone out there who has watched my channel at all knows how much I love this series, knows that I am this massive Mira Grant fangirl, and the Newsflesh trilogy, just simply put, is my favorite series of books ever. Adult, young adult, anything, just far and away my favorite series of books. So I recently found out that she was going to write, I believe, 2 novellas and then one more, at least one more, full-length book in this series. And I lost my shit, you guys. I was so damn excited. Oh my god, because I had asked her via Twitter like about a year and a half ago if she planned on continuing the series, and she said there were no plans at that point, and I was really sad because I love these characters so much and I love this world so much. But anyway, for anybody out there who is not familiar with this series of books, it is a series about what happens to the human race after the zombie apocalypse happens. And I've said this a million times, I should just make a sign and hold it up. But basically what it is a zombie story that isn't really about the zombies. It's about the people in the world trying to live in the world after the zombie apocalypse happens. And one of the amazing things about Mira Grant and her just phenomenal brain is that she writes these short stories that are part of the series, but even if you haven't read any of the other books in the series, you can go in and read these short stories and enjoy them. Now, having said that, it would definitely help if you had read at least the first 2 books in the series going into this one. It would help if you had read Feed and Deadline, which are the first 2 books. But still, even if you haven't read any of the books, you can still read this book and enjoy it for what it is, which is a really interesting, exciting zombie tale. And so without giving too much of this away, I just want to say that this takes place not in the same time period as the 3 books in the series. This takes place before those events, sort of like a prequel. And the reason I said that it would help if you read the first 2 books is because there is this really big, massive, holy shit moment about halfway through this short story that happens where you realize who one of the characters in this short story is and how she relates to the rest of the series. And you don't have that, obviously, if you're not familiar with the other books in the series. But having said that, you can still read it and enjoy it. And I feel like I'm really babbling, but I'm out of practice with these videos, so please, guys, just bear with me here. So I'm not going to tell you too much about it because you really need to experience it for yourself, but this is chronicling the day that, chronicling one day in the life of this school teacher at this middle school called Evergreen Middle School in Seattle that ended up being a not-so-good day. There is a infection that spreads throughout the school, and the school goes on lockdown. And what this is, it shows how incredibly naive a lot of the people were during this period. And it makes you realize about how simple, tiny little mistakes, tiny little things that people do can just completely change, irrevocably change the course of somebody's life. And it's about little tiny little things that people do that can just make huge impacts on other people and their lives. And this is it's told over the course of one afternoon at this school and is absolutely freaking amazing. I mean, like I said, it's only 100 pages, and I am a huge fan of the series, as you can tell, But even going into this without knowing anything about the rest of the series, I would have enjoyed this. If you like zombie books, if you like just thrillers or anything that has any kind of action and just like grabs you right from the very beginning and you just cannot do anything until you finish the story, this is that kind of story, and it is just so great. She's such an amazing, amazing author. Everything this woman writes is just brilliant, in my opinion. She has another series out, the Parasitology series. She also writes under another name, which is the Siobhan McGuire. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm sorry. I'm a fangirl, but you know, I'm bad with the names, as you guys know. But anyway, God, if any of you out there have taken my advice, and I know a lot of you have, to start this series, please, 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 please pick this up. It was just released yesterday, which was July 15th, and it's just so great. It is well worth the $3 that you have to pay for it. It is well worth the couple of hours that it will take you to read it. It's just fantastic. And the only thing that this book made me feel, three things. Number one, it made me want to go back and read the series yet again for a third time. Number two, it made me excited to read. It made me feel that, you know, just overwhelming concentration where everything sort of falls away except for what you're reading. And I haven't had that in so long, so that was great. And third, it made me just absolutely ravenous. Zombie story, you know, ravenous. Anyway, it made me ravenous for whatever else she has coming out for this series, because I just will, yeah, and it's just going to be amazing. So go out, buy this book. It's available on all ebook platforms. It's fantastic. Of course, I'm going to give this 5 stars on Goodreads. Yes, I love this book so much. I haven't even rated it or marked it as read on Goodreads yet. That's how fast I made this video for you guys. So go out, read it. It's incredible. Tell me what you guys think. And hopefully very soon, I'm also in the process of reading another book. I'm about halfway through with that. So if and when I ever finish that, I will be back to let you know my thoughts on that book. Hopefully it will not be tainted by my excitement over this and my now newfound desire to want to go back and reread all of the other books in the series. But anyway, that's it for now, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to my babble. I probably sound like a raving lunatic right now, but I am excited, so deal with it. So I will talk with you guys later.